Hola, ¿cómo estás? We're back here on the currently unnamed podcast here. This is Max, and I'll let my guest introduce himself when he's all ready for it.
My name is Alex. I've been good friends here with Max. I want to say he's my brother. There has been friends for a long time. Yeah, still unnamed yet. No name.
No name on the podcast, but we'll think of one. And any good podcast usually takes maybe, I don't know. I was gonna say a year. But I don't know. I don't know that, but I know you can't just do a one and done. So over time, I think maybe by the next one, maybe that'll be our goal for
We'll see what kind of content
the next one that we put out. We'll come back to you guys with a name by then. But what have you been up to, sir?
Oh, not a whole bunch, man. The weather's getting a little bit crazy out there, at least over in our area. The weather was real nice, and then all of a sudden it's like back to the Arctic freeze almost. 30 I think it was 31 degrees when I left the house this morning. It was a little too cold for me.
Yeah, we should probably tell people this is coming out of Columbus, Ohio, the very heart of the heartland. People call Ohio the heart of it all, and then when you live in the dead center of the heart, you're in the heart of the heart.
Shoot, they call Ohio a lot of different things. Heart may be one name for Ohio. Really shitty might be another. Well, it all depends on which part of town you live on, I guess. And just watch which corner. And then, if you're in Ohio for too long, you will realize the one thing about Ohio, about the weather. You know, if you don't like it, wait 5 minutes, and you will be taking your sweatshirt off to put it right back on in about 10 more minutes after that.
That's true. And then there's some hardcore motherfuckers out there in the middle of winter, shirtless, running out their front door like,
"This is Sparta!"
I tell you what, you've got that right, man. Some of these guys out here, they wear shorts all year long. They don't care. They're not cold. I'm like, man, ain't you cold? And he's like, buddy, I don't know about you, but I'm not cold at all.
I'll know nothing. You just out there all like,
I'm not. I can't take this cold weather, man.
Where you gonna move to?
To be honest, it's going to be hard and shitty to move just about anywhere. But I don't know. I just wish the weather here would warm up and stay that way for as long as it could.
Well, so you're a Florida guy? You just want Florida weather in Ohio? Well, if the, what do you call that? The global warming experts are correct. Just give it some time, and the climates are going to start shifting.
Oh, no doubt. And that's the thing. People could say whatever they wanted back in the day. We're going to go old school here real quick. We're going to say global warming over a podcast. Let's do that right now. We're going to say global warming.
Oh, yeah, we're going to get banned. We're going to get shadow banned. On the first episode, we're shadow banned.
We're about to be banned off the first episode. I don't know if we want to go into that realm or not.
Who's there? Oh, it's reality. Climate's change. No, I don't know. I'm no climate expert. I've heard a lot of people argue about, mainly on like Joe Rogan. I'll probably listen to too much Joe Rogan. That's probably why we're doing a podcast right now. Is because I listen to podcasts every day.
Reason.
I don't know. That's my reasoning.
Only reason only podcast I probably ever listen to.
Yeah. No, well, so far I think it's a lot of fun.
But as far as I don't know, I'm not geologically. I'm about as geologically challenged as Uncle Bob next door. But I mean,
Uncle Bob.
I've done enough research to at least make my own educated assessment on the fact that I'm pretty sure all the snow in the north and all the snow in the south depict the the seasons we're going to have. And I think that over the time there has been surveys that have been done that prove that the ice is melting at a higher rate of speed, and that it could cause different changes in our climate change. But I don't know enough about it. Like I said, I'm about as geologically challenged as Uncle Bill, but you know.
Uncle Bill. One of my favorite phrases I learned from Jason Statham. And
hold on. Did you just say Jason fucking Statham?
Thumb, yeah.
Thumb.
It was
Okay.
Jason Statham.
I had to be clear on that one.
Yeah, it's stay Staphum. Statham. Thumb. There it is. Thumb. Statham. And Idris Elba, where I think it was on Hot Ones. It was Hot Ones. It was Sean Evans interviewing Idris Elba. And Idris Elba explained to Sean Evans what Bob's your uncle means. Do you know that phrase?
Bob's your uncle? Yeah.
How do you use it?
To be honest, I don't use the phrase.
I
just don't. I don't know. It's just not in my vocabulary. Things maybe I would even say. I guess I don't know how to. How do you say it? How do you say it?
I guess. Well, I'm trying to work it into my vocabulary.
It's hard.
I haven't. I'm sure I've been in a situation.
Bob's your uncle.
Well, yeah, and like I think Idris. How did he explain it? I don't want to chop it up and butcher it. It was like he used it like a church reference. He was like, "Oh, directions." That's how he said it. He was like, "Okay, so if you're over in England, somebody that uses that phrase might be like, you go up to them and say, 'Hey, how do I get to the church?' And he'll say, 'All right, no problem. Real simple. Just go down the street, take a left. When you see the pony, take a right. Bob's your uncle.'"
Oh, okay.
And he was like, I used to know a great word to explain it, but it's basically an affirmation of like, it's like success. You know, it's like Bob's your uncle, like you did it.
And maybe I was misinterpreting the entire thing the whole time. I had no idea.
Bob's your uncle. No, I want to use that more. Like, there's really good phrases that I've worked into my vocabulary over the time, mostly from like watching movies that maybe I wasn't supposed to be watching.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna. I feel stupid even saying what I just said. But it's like American Pie, I would think is a good one, or Tropic Thunder, like really quotable movies. That's the phrase that I'm going after. But man, I want to work in Bob's your uncle, into my vocabulary.
There's plenty of movies out there. That's where people pull most of their own funny content and throw it into their stuff.
I know what I was just about to pull up here. We watched a video from Donut Operator 2 days ago, and it's not a new video, and I saw it when it came out, but it's basically the T-Rex guy, and I think it's in Indiana, Fort Cross, Indiana, because he just had another video recently about the same place where that guy who just got a DUI, he was like 19 years old, he's like, oh man, I smoked like 3 days ago. I smoked a joint like 3 days ago. Remember that guy, the DUI guy? He was great, but I think Noah is his name. So anyway, I'm pulling that up, and what's the catchphrase for that?
Oh man, this is one of the, and I'll be honest with you, I probably watched. No, I can't even be honest. I don't know how many police chase videos I've watched. I don't know how many of those different types of videos that I've come across people showing to me. But out of most of them, this has been one of the funniest ones. He says that Noah, and this is after the police had chased him through. He had ran in, and the police came in, came up to the door and knocked. And the guy comes to the door, and they're talking to him, and this it all boils down. He's like, the phrase or whatever that we're trying to get to is he says, "Sir, well, if you were been here the whole time, well then why are you so sweaty?" And he's like, "Well, I was taking a shit. It hurts."
Yes, absolutely, and we are currently pulling that up.
I don't know. There's a lot of different stuff that happens in your day to day, and to be honest, having these videos on social media sites, in my opinion, hopefully it's enough to wake people up to say, hey, this is at least what I can watch out for, not what I can create for myself.
I know
So,
I didn't do nothing, and they
you're
like,
watching
the cops
along
just like, hey,
with
come
us.
talk to me. I didn't do nothing. I'm taking a poop. What's your name? Noah. All right, where you coming from? Here.
Oh my God.
That's it.
How'd your hand get hurt?
Do you need medical attention, man? No.
Okay. He's like drunk, super sweaty, bleeding, no shirt.
No, I'm fine.
Why are you sweating so much?
Because I just taking a shit.
Because I was watching Cops.
It hurts.
Okay. It hurts to shit, man. Why does it sound like a Caleb Francis skit already? I have to get Caleb just to say this for me.
No, I'm fine.
Why are you sweating so much?
Because I just taking a shit. It hurts.
Yes, so that's Noah. And so if you guys don't know, Donut Operator has, like, I think the #1, like, as far as subscriptions and views, he has the #1 watched cop YouTube channel in the world. And and once again, his name is Donut Operator. He operates donuts. He used to be a cop. He was a cop for 3 years. He was on SWAT for a year or two in the department that he worked with. And now he just quit for, I don't know exactly what reason. It just probably didn't fit him, or he wanted to do this. But now he just does YouTube videos, and he reviews police footage with his, like, police experience. And he's really good at it, and it's quite entertaining. But if you ever want to watch really good police body cam or dash cam videos, Donut Operator he gets all the angles. Every video that he makes always has as many possible angles and information that you could get, with a little bit of comedy added into it, which I can always take. The other, like, channels, which I understand but there's no comedy there. They're just serious, like a active self-protection, as far as, like, a not entertaining, as far as, like, it is entertaining, but as far as, like, being dry, you just want the facts and maybe a couple of tips. The guy's name is John Correa, and his channel is Active Self-Protection. Those videos are really good. They're crazier than the donut videos, but he specifically focuses on police body cam and, like, dash cam footage of shootings, and he does breakdowns essentially. But his name is Noah, and he's crazy.
I gotta take a shit still.
Alright.
Can I go poop?
Dude, no.
Please?
Go poop.
Baby! Come here, baby, please.
You better
Come here,
transfer
baby,
to
please.
that.
I got a shit.
Hold on, let me get dressed.
Hey, get your...
Hold on, I need to get dressed.
And then you just pull his
What the
pants
fuck?
down.
Is there an issue?
Yeah, we're looking in the system right now, okay?
What, we're going to jail? What? I just got out, bro. I just got out.
No one's saying you're going to jail.
I don't have a car. I don't own nothing. No, I can't afford.
I just got out of jail. I don't have a car. We call it a clue, too. It's like a toddler when you catch them, like, you know, eating some ice cream they weren't supposed to be eating, and you're like, what did you do? And it's all over their face, and they're like, nothing. I didn't do nothing. I didn't eat this ice cream in my hands. The same shit. What's a car?
Afford nothing.
Listen to me.
Okay,
Stop.
That's a really interesting thing to talk about. Like, instead of us just playing, like, a video that anybody can go watch here, that reminded me when he was talking about the ice cream all over the kid's face. Have you caught your child doing something like that yet?
No, not. I mean, she'll do exactly what you tell her not to do almost every time. I mean, that's what children do almost. But my daughter will be 2 years old here very soon, and she has been watching this cartoon. And I gotta say that too. At least I don't know how many of you guys got ladies or guys out there have children, but some of the cartoons that they are putting on the television these days.
Like Coco Melon,
Oh man, dude! And then
which is her favorite,
so
right?
and that is the basis of what I was getting to a second ago of where the song technically originated. I think Coco Melon may have had it first, but there was another like, and I swear the only difference between these two different separate cartoons is that they're the same.
That's the difference.
That's the
Is that
difference.
they're the
Now,
same?
I hate to say it, they are way too much alike. Every song, almost every episode is the same. The only thing that is really different about it is there's a little bit more colorful, a little bit.
Well, do the characters change?
Yeah,
though?
yes, the characters are only a little bit different, and maybe their video quality, or I mean their whatever that company, their quality of the way they want their animation to look is different. They look a little different. The only thing is about it is I swear the spin-off type cartoon is called Lulu Kids.
I've never heard.
So
Never heard of Lulu Kids.
if you get on Netflix and you type in Lulu Kids, you'll come up on literally a almost identical version of Coco Melon. There's less episodes.
What is YouTube only?
Or no, not YouTube, but Netflix. If I said YouTube, I meant
AKA, I like to call Netflix Nightflex. I don't know why I just switched that I and the E, but it should actually be Knitflex. That's what it is. It's Knitflex or Nightflex, one or the other. But go on.
regardless, the like you were asking, my daughter wants to sing the one song on there that she almost remembers the most, and it's about the kid going into the cupboard, getting the sugar, and is eating it.
Does she try to replicate that?
And she'll sing it. She sings it all the time.
But she doesn't know what it means.
Not necessarily, but the kid is in there getting the sugar, and the parents walk in and they ask the child, "Are you eating sugar?" And the kid's like, "No, Papa." And then the mother and father are like telling lies, and then they make it kind of like a funny joke kind of thing, like a situational, like it's okay to say no or lie to your parents about the eating of the sugar or whatever, And then I don't know, my kid doesn't necessarily. I haven't caught her hand in a cookie jar yet, but like I said, she does everything she's not supposed to do. She'll be up on the counter trying to snatch anything off the counter. It doesn't matter. She can now get her hand to the top of the counter, whatever's up there. It will be in the toy box or somewhere down the hall. Who knows? The dog will be chewing it up in his bed somewhere. Her bed somewhere.
So if you could not work, well, not work, but have more time to be with your family and spend more time with her, what would your dream job and salary be? Like if you gave it some thought, where you could work as much or as little as you wanted to, doing whatever you want, and you could pick your salary, what would all those things be for you?
Well, to be honest, I worked quite a few different types of trades in my lifetime. I just turned 30 last year. I don't know. I love to do a few certain things, and then there's a few certain things that I'm really good at I may not love as well. I am not a master mechanic by any means. I come from a semi-line of mechanics. My grandfather, at least still to this day, is a mechanic and has been his entire life. He drove school buses, worked on school buses for the school and the county. He did a whole bunch of different races and stuff. He did some quarter midget stuff when he was younger. It's in my blood, I love to work on cars. I'd love to be able to pride myself in saying I can fix just about anything, but working on, I'm probably, there's still things to learn in any aspect, but if I were to sit down and say I would want to do one thing for a living every day and it not actually feel like a job, I would have to say, I love lifted trucks and lowered trucks, cars, it doesn't matter.
Those are hard to hate items.
If there are modifications that can be done, I'm a human being like a lot of other individuals. So I mean, I feel like if someone did it somewhere, then why don't I have the mental capacity to achieve such things? I'm also a human being as they are. So I try to apply that to anything I'm thinking about. So like I don't know. Any sort of thing that has to do with building something or creating something or...
Would you rather, if you had to pick, would you rather be all automotive, motorcycles, engines, tractors, cars, drag racing, or would you go all commercial buildings and houses?
And see, I don't think I could probably stick with just one. That's where I kind of draw my line in the automotive field because I love to work on my vehicle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a 1995 Camaro, and it's nothing crazy, you know. It's got a small motor in it right now, but the car's really, really clean, and there's no rust on it. And, I love to work on that car, but like I like to spend my money working on my car when I want to. You know, I don't always like to deal with some of the crazier issues that most people are having, especially nowadays with older vehicles. I mean, if you got a vehicle that's hitting, 30 years or older and they're still with low miles and they were kept good, you know, you can get a long duration of reliability out of a motor vehicle if you take care of it. You know, and like I said, regardless of it, I don't know if I don't want that to be my job. Unless I could build sweet like cars and trucks and there was a lot of money involved in it, and I wouldn't want to burn out my favorite thing. You know, I maybe would rather go towards working on residential homes and things like that. Like I love building just about anything. Honestly, I think my dream job would be some woodworking in my own garage, my own. You did. You picked the wrong house, fool. Nah, but I feel like I really don't know. Maybe a sales job is what I want to do. I want to buy merchandise for a good price and sell it. That's what I want to do. I want to get into marketing. I feel like I've been working myself to death. I'm only 30. I'm still young. Why do I hurt this bad? And I mean, when I was young, I had the mentality you gotta just run and do it. And I mean, when I was young, my stepdad he beat that stuff into me. I had no choice on learning the matter. So I don't know. It all comes down to how much effort you're trying to put towards something, you know.
No, that's true. My grandmother used to say, we call her Omi, and she used to say, the way that you holler into the woods is what you hear. And like I like to translate it to a more modern phrase of like the way you yell into the woods is the echo you hear back. Mm-hmm. So if you just means that if you put bad energy out into the world, you're probably the echo that you're going to get back from that is probably bad.
Exactly.
If you put a lot of hard work in, there are totally, and it's so unfair, there are, I don't know, a large number of cases where a person has worked very hard their whole life and they have never caught the so-called break. And I've seen it firsthand with people, and maybe there are some things behind the curtain that maybe they self-sabotage themselves. Maybe they did work hard, but maybe there was some private sabotage that I couldn't know without being that person. But I could also imagine that there is just a pure, noble, hard-working person that just doesn't ever get the break for whatever reason it is. And that's super sad, but I would say like 90+% of people, like if you get up every day and apply yourself to something, there is no way that you're not going to make something happen.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And that's where it all comes down to, like, just how bad do you want it, and maybe even knowing what it is that you even want, and I don't know, when I was young I didn't have the choice. It was taught to me, and to be honest with you, it makes I learned more from all the experiences that I've had working on the job.
Nom, you first.
How much Jack works me?
I'm sorry that I work you too hard.
But I don't know the way that the world and society is these days, and I see how I could have turned out, and the way that these kids are acting is just a little too much for me in some ways, and I don't know.
What do you think the most annoying thing that the youth does? Like, if you could get your grandpa teeth in and sit on your front porch in your rocking chair and shake your fist at the youth right now, what would your
I'd tell them to get their head out of their ass and start paying the damn attention. I don't think any of them have any common sense anymore. There's just no real common sense.
Common sense isn't so common.
You got that right. No, that is one thing I've been told, and it is correct. There are simple principles you can apply to everyday life.
It just makes common sense.
Yeah, no doubt.
You're not going to be able to find, oh my God, I don't want to go down that train,
Yeah.
but simply put, without droning on about it, is good luck finding good people nowadays.
Yeah.
The pool, it's always been like when the population was smaller, say you lived in a town 100, 200 years ago, whatever, be loose about it. But you have a small town, a village, whatever you want to call it, and you have 100 people in it? 10 people? I don't know. But say 1 out of every 10 or 10 out of every 100 people suck. Those 10 people you can keep your lasso around.
Those right there are good words to take with you in life. If somebody would have just walked up to me and was like, hey, some people suck, I'd been like, yeah, you're right. Some people suck, yeah.
And you just like, I don't know.
That's a Tom Segura joke, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah, fuck yeah. It's a Tom Segura.
How's it go? I love Tom Segura.
Tom Segura, oh man, this man is one of the funniest men on earth, I gotta say.
Absolutely.
He says,
I should have seen him. He was just here at the Palace Theater.
was he?
We should have
Oh man,
seen
I
him.
missed that.
We got to go to more comedy shows. Actually, people are coming to Columbus
With a good minute either.
with the gingivitis that's been going around that is stopping, coming to an end now. We can now, more people are just like if things are going back to normal, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And like the comedians, the Funny Bone, where we were last,
Yeah.
we've been there twice together.
What was
once,
it, the
or
last
at least
time we
once.
went was when the gingivitis started, and then I think we were, who did we see? I don't remember who was there.
Well, see, I do go slightly often, like probably during 2021, I was probably there 3+, 4, 5, 6 times.
Yeah, I think I only went a few
Maybe
times.
5.
I didn't get to make it.
Once every month or two, I will go. That's kind of how it is.
Yeah.
And they have good deals. They're like not on like the beer and the food. That's kind of anywhere is pricey now. But if you just go and have a couple of beers and you don't go and see like some massive person, and even the massive people, it isn't that bad. When you go here in Columbus, we have like the Funny Bone. That's at Easton Mall, and it's a weird way to put that because like that's people who haven't been there before. You're probably getting a weird picture of it. It's a pretty big mall that's indoors and outdoors. I've been to Mall of America, which is a fucking catastrophe. That thing is huge. 7+ floors with a water park and amusement park and everything like that at the Mall of America, but it's not like that. But I would say as far as the mall goes, Easton is pretty big because it's outdoor, indoor, huge indoor portion, all the outdoor portion, and then in the outdoor portion they have indoor shops going along the outside. So it's pretty big. And the Funny Bone itself is like a full-blown theater where it's like 2 levels. It's upper balcony, lower bowl, and then back lower bowl. It's like 3 main sections. So it's not, and then before you even get there, it's like a long hallway. They have a full kitchen with full staff, full bartender, like the bar. Right when you walk in, it's kind of a strange setup, as strange as in like I'm not used to it, where you walk in and there's a big kind of like circular jagged bar that's to your left, and you can fit maybe 40-50 people around that bar. Would you say that's about right?
Yeah. No,
Do you see the
definitely.
cat on the outside?
I thought I did for a second.
Probably. We have, to you people listening, we have this cat who is kind of like, by choice, he's an outdoor cat. He just does not like to be inside. But it's not our cat. However, it gets fed here. So it keeps coming back for the food. And then my indoor cats keep riling him up. And he's like bored, so he comes and like visits here. But he'll spend sometimes like 12 hours straight. Like he's just, that's where he lives, is like in the backyard. When I was setting up the microphone today for this podcast, like the window that is like, I'm telling you, what is that, like 3 feet away?
Yeah.
3 feet to my left, to my head here, there's this bay door, because we're broadcasting out of the basement right now. That's where we're doing the recording. And yeah, I was really hoping that we would have him come and visit. I left the window open like an extra portion here to see if we could get a stray cat. Just
Get a stray
climbing
cat in the window. He said, let's throw him an extermination experiment. Nah, that's probably not good. That's not good.
Oh, it's
Don't
good.
fuck with cats, bro. I seen that one too. Don't fuck with cats.
You've seen that?
Yeah.
As in what?
Oh man, come on. Everybody's seen that one.
What?
I think it was on Netflix.
Is it a video?
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't fuck with cats.
No, you are striking. You're striking a chord.
That's vicious territory, right?
What the
there.
hell was that about?
That was,
I know what you're talking about.
It originated with a video, I think, of this, and in the end, I don't even know if it was this kid who was doing it at his own free will. I think someone was forcing him to do it, but I don't know. The video, I think, started over a kid taking 2 kittens, and he's got them on the bed, and
it's a YouTube video, and he kills them.
He sticks them in a bag and pulls the air from the bag, and then the video is worse.
So
it's worse because what he does afterward. But regardless, there's video footage of him doing stuff to the cats afterwards. You know, just holding them and playing with them after they were deceased, and it was disturbing, and it struck one lady like no other, and it lit a fire into her like what I think the world needs. But she came and I don't know what exactly happened with it, but it brought the animal cruelty to a head. I think everyone's way more aware of the safety of animals now, maybe more than
wasn't there some like black market stuff? Or dark web. I mean.
Oh, there's always
with the cats.
There's always sort of.
That was like a 6-part episode, wasn't it? Wasn't that like multiple episodes?
Oh yeah. No, there was multiple episodes. She went after a community of people who were like terrible animal abusers or something like that. Like it brought her into a whole another like world of this terrible stuff. And to be honest, the animal cruelty stuff out there it's terrible. But
it was on Netflix.
I think it was on Netflix. Don't fuck with cats. I think it's literally what it's called. Don't fuck with cats. I can't remember off the top of my head, but.
Yep. No, you're right. You're totally right. I recognize the front now. I want to see. Don't they have like a synopsis? The trailer. This is on Netflix. Through an account. This is the official trailer.
The internet is boundless. There's the happy places, and then there's another part of the internet, the seedy underbelly. I was on Facebook one day,
And I found this video. I pressed play.
it was the worst video I've ever seen.
It needs to be stopped immediately.
Yeah, they show a little bit of the video that they're talking about in this Netflix.
So we
Yes,
start looking.
they did.
He could have been anywhere on the planet.
This person wants to play a game of cat and mouse, and I'm up for that.
I think they
There's
show
a
the
lot of
entire video.
information in the video. You see a door handle, electrical receptacles.
Everything pointed to North America. But then,
You hear some voices.
it was Russian.
Oh, maybe he's located in Russia.
Thousands of people looking to find this guy. There was a tidal wave of leads that were coming in.
I wasn't gonna stop until I found him.
Clearly, this video is not the end.
Something bad is about to happen. he's gonna kill somebody. All of a sudden, another video appears. My mind doesn't want to believe it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Now I do remember that. What year does it say that came out? That was like a thing for a little bit.
Yeah, I don't remember what year it was, but I do believe, wasn't it like showing everybody about the dark web or something like that?
2019 limited series, and it says that there is 3 episodes.
Yeah.
So it's like a mix. It's
Jump
like
on Netflix and give that a watch.
Yeah, if you haven't seen that and you just want to go down that little rabbit hole.
I'll be honest with you, it leaves a really bad feeling in your gut, and the entire time you like want to change it, but you don't, because it's extremely intriguing of what happens to these people and how crazy it gets people, and what they do afterwards, and how they can make and actually see something come to fruition, and how many people actually look for that one guy. What the after effects of what one lady did got that many people to do one, to look for one guy. Like that's empowering. That's pretty crazy.
So how into Marvel movies are you?
Enough to get myself hurt.
What?
Enough to get myself hurt.
In Marvel movies?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I was never really big on like X-Men type things. Like, I'm a big Deadpool guy. Like, I love
Deadpool's
Deadpool.
great.
Spider-Man was definitely. I liked it better than Batman, but those two.
Have you seen the brand new one, The No Way Home?
No, I have not seen that one yet. No.
Yeah.
I haven't been watching them, to be honest.
I want to go see the new one. Apparently, it's like the biggest grossing movie of all time.
Yeah, and the Joker, anything's got to do with that.
Well, that's the new
Batman.
Batman. The Batman also looks great. I want to see both of those pretty equally. If I go and see one, I might go see one tonight. And on the next podcast, I'll let you know how it was, unless you go with me. But the new Spider-Man looks good. Anyway, the reason I bring it up is because I was looking at the news right now, and on Disney Plus. Do you have Disney Plus?
Yes, I do.
So do I. And that's where like all the Marvel movies are.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite Marvel movie is I think it's directed by Tim Gunn. It's the Ragnarok. Thor. I think it's the number 3. Super good. Anyway, they're releasing on Wednesday on Disney Plus Moon Knight. Have you ever heard of this guy? Do you recognize him if I show you this picture?
Oh, yes.
So, just like you, I don't know the character, but I saw the picture and I'm like, I've seen that before. Yeah. It says, if you're a Marvel fan, then you don't need a reason to watch the latest superhero show on Disney Plus. You're in too deep. Can't stop now. But for everyone else, let's be real here. Since WandaVision, Disney Plus, Bollywood, Marvel shows have been decent distractions, but less than marvelous. That could change with Moon Knight, which has a few things going for it that could make it a second must-see Marvel show. First, it stars future Oscar winner Oscar Isaac, which I love. Have you seen Triple Frontier? I think we watched it.
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah, and Charlie Hunnam, Oscar Isaac, Ben Affleck, and
my old lady is like in love with Charlie Hunnam. Yeah, it's like her
well,
favorite.
it's because you kind of look like him.
I don't know about that.
Well, no, you kind of do. Like, especially if you just grabbed like let's say you gave me 1,000 pictures of celebrities, and I grabbed a handful of them.
Now I'm going for Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh wow.
Well,
I mean, you look like Charlie Hunnam. You guys both have the same facial hair, so, and like Sons of Anarchy, you guys have the same style. You guys wear the same stuff, and you're both really tattooed. Like, you're more Jax. You look more like specifically his character, Jax.
I did sell my bike a couple years ago. I don't know. I did watch a lot of Sons of Anarchy back.
But I think he's a really big guy.
Yeah.
And you're not huge.
No. I'm a small fella.
I think he's 6. He's got it. I don't know.
Is that dude
Or
over 6
dude.
foot? No, maybe he's short.
Hey Siri, how tall is Charlie Hunnam?
on him is 6 feet tall.
He's just a clean 6.
Yeah, he's taller than me. He got 5 inches on me.
I think I'm right about 6. I think I'm like, if I wear a pair of shoes, I'm over 6, but I'm just right there, like probably barefoot without stretching. I'm probably like 5'11", and then, you know, give me a good like stretch out, give me that extra like spine extension. I probably go over 6. I'm probably like right at that level.
I'm having my knees done.
You're getting your knees done?
I'm a short fella. I'm having my knees done. Nah, I ain't done.
What's your medical height? Like, what is your doctor height?
5'6.5 and a half.
So you're about 5'7". So if you, well, let's say you're 5'6.5" and you wear like a 1.5 inch boot, which is what, about that? 1.5 inches? How? Wait, an inch is only about.
I didn't know they stack shit that high.
Then you would be at 5'9". Am I doing that right? 5'8". 2.5 inches would put you at 5'9".
Yeah.
Which, you know, I think Tom Cruise is your height. I think you're a bit taller than Tom Cruise, actually.
I think you're right.
Hey Siri, how tall is Tom Cruise?
Tom Cruise is 5 feet 7 inches tall.
Oh yeah,
So you guys
we're
are the
right
same
there. We're
height.
right there. I'm gonna call
You guys would be
myself
eye
a
to
brisk
eye.
5'7".
A brisk.
Yeah.
Is that what you said? You said
An upper
brisk.
respiratory 5'7". That's what I am.
An upper respiratory 5'7". Dude, yeah, anyway, I got off on the triple frontier thing, but that, if you guys, whoever's listening to this, which I don't expect to be anybody, but if you have not seen Triple Frontier and you like tactical stuff, like good action movie that I think is pretty realistic. I've never been in a jungle with a gun, you know, about to rob millions of dollars, but I could imagine, as far as like what I do know about that world, like they've got pretty darn realistic about it. It was really good. I thought it was realistic. That's what I really liked. It was really entertaining while being really realistic, and the cast was killer. Ben Affleck doesn't need to have a lot of speaking lines in a movie, I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear him talk.
Not a big fan.
He was good as Batman because he didn't talk much, and then he was great in Triple Frontier because he played a guy who like really didn't talk much. They were like ex-special forces guys that are like, why did we spend all this time with all of our skills to be able to not even put your daughter through college? You did all that, served your country, and now you can't even put your daughter through college. Let's go over to Colombia here, wherever the hell it was, and let's rob this cartel leader for all of his money.
Hey.
The money was in the walls. Anyway, this Moon Knight thing, it says first it stars future Oscar winner Oscar Isaac in the lead role, and Ethan Hawke coming off one of his finest, most unhinged performances in The Good Lord Bird, which I've never heard of. He apparently played a villain in that. Secondly, not many of us know Moon Knight, aka Isaac, a mercenary with dissociative identity disorder who gets imbued with the power of Egyptian gods, meaning we can get this origin story from the top instead of seeing another rehash or treating this like a web series spun off from a bigger film franchise. I'm cautiously optimistic, she adds. With that, so I've seen, did you watch Hawkeye on Disney Plus?
No.
That's super good.
It's hard for me to pry Coco Melon off the TV long enough.
I forgot about the Coco Melon thing.
And that really never really, I don't know, it probably stays on TV. She watches it like when she wants to, but...
Is it going to be burned into your television screen?
I hope not. I can't take it.
All those bright colors are going to blow the bulbs out.
Oh, man.
Not really, but...
That's crazy.
Comedically, it's good. That's what's going to happen. So, before we end this thing, what were the topics that you wanted to hit while we're here?
Oh, I mean, I didn't expect to cover them all anyway, regardless. Half of them, we've covered them. I mean, regardless about the Russia and Ukraine situation, at least, there's nothing really crazy going on in the world.
Is it
Not to me, at
me,
least.
or is the Ukraine war like less interesting than it should be?
I don't know. I think when I started hearing about it in the beginning, I was like, "Oh, that's gonna be it. It's gonna be it." And everyone was saying the same thing, and then now it's kind of weird. I don't think that they have enough resources to hurt us the way they're trying right now. They re-strategize and try to go another way. We could, I don't know. Who knows what's gonna happen, what the future holds for it.
Yeah, Russia keeps talking about nukes. They throw the nuclear word around. Like, it's my understanding right now that Ukraine citizens are really messing up the Russians. The Russians, they've captured some Russians. And whether it's true or not, the Russians are saying, they're like, we didn't even know we were at war with you. The Russian people don't know that they're necessarily at war or invading the country. They are being told that it's like an operation, and the state-run media in Russia is calling it an operation. So you can't, I don't know if you can blame those people because they don't have any other means, I think, you know.
Well, and you got to think about this too. Like, we are a third world country. Or I mean, we're a first world country. They are a second world country. So the facts are there. They just don't have as much training. They don't have as much either one, in my opinion. The way that it's going, and I think that's just a really big like power trip right here before his retirement. And I don't really.
Putin is definitely concerned with his legacy. Or all the people who are analyzing this agree that he is on a power trip and very concerned with his legacy. He can stay in office as who he is with his status and power until 2036. So God knows if he's getting this spicy in 2022 and if he's going to stay in office for what would that be, 4 plus to 14 more years. Who knows how much spicier he's gonna get. The U.S. has applied sanctions to Russia, which a lot more gun-ho aggro people are kind of like, why are you doing that? It's not going to affect them. Historically, sanctions never really do much, and it takes, they do, but it's over time that it affects them, and that doesn't help like the Ukrainian people now. And that NATO being involved would start World War III. You know, I guess by definition, whether it's going to would last a long time, or maybe it would be a short World War III, but technically it would. Poland coming into the conflict is an interesting thing right now. I think there are some Polish troops in there, or they're getting some aid from that country. Russia is either leaking information or they have leaked information that they are considering chemical warfare against the Ukrainian people, which I don't know if that just means like mustard gas, tear gas, or like what exactly kind of chemical.
It looked like they were issued some sort of like protectant from whatever chemical warfare they were going to be. That's at least what led me to believe they may use some chemical warfare, is the fact that they were dispersing I don't know what the lozenges. There's like there's a two-part like little thing that they were handing out to all their, or they were giving out to all their soldiers, and it was to protect you from whatever chemical gas.
Potassium iodide or something?
I don't remember enough about it. No, I may be completely wrong.
There is something, I forget the name of it too, that you take for radioactive, if something nuclear happens. There is something you want to take immediately. Like, I think it's like iodine.
Something like
that. But don't quote me on that.
I don't know.
I'd have to take a second and look it up.
Some misinformation, I guarantee. But that I don't know. As far as it goes, I think that would be our biggest threat. Would be some sort of nuclear or chemical attack. And I just don't know. I think by the time that we figure out it's going to happen, it may be too late. I don't know. I mean, a nuclear attack is any nuclear bomb going off in our atmosphere is a lot.
So here it is. It's Ki, also known as potassium iodide. It's a salt of stables, not radioactive, iodine that can help block radioactive iodine from being absorbed by the thyroid gland, thus protecting this gland from radiation injury. So the iodide tablets to reduce the absorption of nuclear iodine, I guess is how you'd say it. But I've heard of those before. I think I have it in my bug out bag, but I don't train for nuclear fallout much. You know, I'm more of a shooting guy.
Hand-to-hand combat would be what the focus is on. I don't know. I never really thought to train for any sort of any sort of chemical warfare other than my respirator.
Respirator's a great start, and then you want to have a gas mask.
It's not full face.
Yeah, full face is great, and you want to train with that. And that's like, you know your AR that you have that has the carry handle on it?
Yeah.
That hole that's in the middle of that carry handle is a great place to mount an optic. And it's funny, in the firearms culture right now, what's really hot is putting your red dot at the 1.93 inch height, so that you have a high clearance. But it's generally been considered that you want your dot as low to the gun as possible, which makes sense because then you're more in line with the path of flight with the bullet. So going higher has never been in line with that way of thinking. But now, like with the AR guys, they're going to the Scalar Works mounts that are like 1.93. So your red dot is sitting 2 inches above your rail, which is, some people call it the skyscraper rail, or skyscraper mount. And what that's for is for running a gas mask, so that you can have your gun more in an upright position, like you can stand more upright, so your gas mask, like your vents and your cartridges that are on the outside, are able to clear, like there's room for it, so you can have your gun on your shoulder lower, and then your eye is still in line with it. And the only difference is, like, when you're really close to somebody, like if the dot is on the middle of their head, you're probably going to be shooting them in the neck, because there's going to be that height over bore issue. But as long as you understand that you're able to shoot more upright even when you're not wearing a gas mask. But like, for example, I think I have this thing set at a 193 height. So I'm going to hand you this, and you can tell me, like, what we've been talking about, like, with that red dot at that higher.
And I think, and like I said, I think I heard you say earlier, if you're walking the bullet up, then it's one thing, but, like, for me to adjust that much, I don't know. I'm not a fan of my carry handle upper receiver. I don't know.
You can put an optic up there, dude, and you're running a really high optic, which is kind of cool. Retro guns, fuck.
I don't hate the way that it feels, at least, but when I look down the barrel. I don't know.
And you notice how the Surefire light, how it's at the Rhino position, the 12 o'clock?
Yeah.
And the 193 is pretty much clearing it.
Yeah, no, it is, no doubt.
So it would be pretty obstructive, you know, if it was lower. But I like running the light in that position so much, because it makes the rifle streamlined, first of all, balanced, you know, more up and down. But what I really like is that with airsoft and real guns, like no matter what it is, when you have the light in that position, the bullet when it exits the muzzle, like the crown end of the barrel, it's traveling up. Like your barrels and like bullets and barrels, they're never really straight. Like things are like, especially in pistols, the barrel's pointed up even when the gun is level. But even when a rifle barrel is level, the bullet is coming out and going up as soon as it exits the barrel, and it'll have a return to 0 point where there's going to be a deviation of up and down, and that's where that 36-yard zero came from.
Yeah.
Where if you have a 16-inch AR and you're shooting 55 grain, you can shoot, if you have your red dot zeroed at 36 yards, the flight path of the bullet, like the high variance and then the low variance of it, I think you're hitting between like 25 feet and 200 feet within a CD, within the size of a CD, and it's called like the Combat Zero. What was that from? Vigilance Elite.
Something like that.
I think is where the 36-yard zero came from, but I really like that concept. But that flashlight in that 12 o'clock position is advantageous because like that's where you would put a pressure pad anyway.
Yeah. So
like you can skip the pressure pad, not have wires on the front, and then it's an aiming assist. Because
as far as my actual AR-15 goes, like the bullet, I feel like, I don't know, I like it. I like it being really tight to the barrel. As far as airsoft goes, I'm rocking the tall ass stuff. I'll drop it another edge or raise it up another edge. I think the way I am trying to shoot an airsoft gun makes me, I don't know. I could see it leave a lot easier.
Anybody who actually shoots out there, if you're sleeping on airsoft, don't, like, the cost per round and like the realism level, it's not like it was when we were in middle school.
Yeah.
It's a whole different world. These are not just plastic. Go to some Walmart and get like a $20 plastic cocket every time. These things are like,
I could hand you this and you would ask me. Yeah, no, it's real as it can get.
Like what I'm holding right now, I know we're not running video right now, so I'm trying to be as descriptive as possible. But like what I'm holding is a Honey Badger by Q. It's like a short barrel suppressed 300 blackout AR with a high red dot. So it's like if you guys are shooters out there and you know what a Honey Badger is, probably from Call of Duty or real life, they're both real guns. It's from a company called Q. That's what I'm holding right now. And I got that high mount on my AR because it's like all the rage from like all the other shooters like Mil-Spec Mojo, if you guys know who he is, and Lucas Botkin from T-Rex Arms. These cats are running higher mounts, and it gives you an ability, as long as you know your holdovers. That's your only problem, is that when you put your optic really high up off the rail, your height over bore is exaggerated. So the only thing is, it's a training issue just like anything else. So if you can't understand that your optic is higher, so you need to put your dot lower or higher in a certain situation, you have other problems at hand that we need to address first. If you can't just understand the concept that, hey, this red dot is higher, your height over bore is separated, so when you're up close, you're going to need to put that dot lower than you think, or the bullet at least is going to impact. Like if like I said earlier, like if you got a dot on somebody's forehead and you're running like a 2-inch mount and your dot is literally about 2 inches above your bore, then you're probably like hitting them in the neck somewhere. If you're really close, like, let me see, you're sitting across the table from me right now, so I'm gonna point at something and put the dot on something that's really close, and you tell me, like, here we have a doll, it's about the size of say like a Shiba Inu.
That's about the size of the actual Wile E.
Have you ever seen the real Wile E. Coyote?
Yeah, I mean, that's what he looks like in the in the cartoon. What are you talking about? That's how big he
What
was.
is Wile E. Coyote?
He's a
our
mischievous genius. I don't know.
he's our podcasting, like he's our third
That's our
guest.
mascot right there.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna put. I have the dot right now on the middle of his black nose, the tip of his black nose. So where do you see the
If you're pointing
Four.
up at him, considering like that you're gonna be shooting him in the neck, the mouth area.
Yep. And then okay, so now I have the dot in the middle of his eye,
You're coming down the neck. You're gonna be shooting him in the neck, or you'll miss.
like below the mouth.
You'll miss.
And then if I get really close, like if I come around a door and I deal with somebody who's like in my face.
I mean, at that
If I
point,
put
I'm
it-
pulling away from my sight, and I'm gonna just be like,
Exactly.
Bop, 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 you know what I'm saying?
I don't know about you guys, but like, see, and I don't know how much people shooting is expensive.
Yes,
like,
no, yeah.
and that's why I
It's
am.
expected to train like that. It just is.
Yeah.
And that is, like you said, the airsoft stuff. Even the as far as like a hand piece would go, like
The Glock.
like the Glocks. Yeah, like
Yeah.
my Glock 19X green gas blowback, like that is. It feels like my actual Glock. Like
dude,
it literally does.
They are so
And
similar.
the magazine, once you put the magazine in the green gas Glock, it almost recreates the weight of my actual Glock. When I hold it with my civil defense, I mean, of course, when you're running them 55 grain civil defense, I mean, they don't weigh much anything, so I don't know. They feel about
5
and they're licensed.
next to yeah.
Glock.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
100%. That is a
yeah.
great point. I love telling people.
Wow.
So yeah, that's what. So what? Since you guys can't see what we're doing here, what I just grabbed, I grabbed off the shelf the Glock 45 from Umarex. What the hell is
I
that?
think it's from Umarex, yeah.
Is that what
No,
they?
no, it's
what's-
from, no.
They're like the standard Glock. They have the actual license from them.
Yeah, I don't know.
Damn it! I really. Well, you ask me any other day, any other time, I'd be able to tell you. But he has the Umarex, the airsoft, the training simulation Glock for airsoft and training and indoor shooting. And then I handed him also the real G45 and 9mm. So it's like the registered, licensed airsoft Glock versus the real Glock in the same model.
The only difference is that I'm really feeling, I mean, to be honest, both unloaded, they don't have a magazine, and the slide is a little less dense. It may be even the same thickness and the same like dimension. It may be the same dimensionally, but as far as the density of the steel that is used to make the actual Glock, I guarantee it's just a little. It just feels like a little bit more. It's not much. It really is not much of a difference in my hand. I'm not feeling it. Like, there's some, but it's not noticeable. And if I were to double fist them, I mean, yeah, I know which one is which, but I don't know.
It's mainly the weight.
Yeah.
Like, if you could somehow, I know this is like a hard ask of a human brain, but if you could ignore the weight on them, like, and try to, like, delete that from your brain.
You'd have no clue. There's no depictive difference minus the red tip. That's really the only thing that I can see in it at all whatsoever, if I can delete the weight as being a factor. And the visual, complete, it's the exact same thing. Like the frame is still got to be the same polymer. Like it has to be.
Yeah,
the
I'm looking
same
at you
polymer.
holding them right now, and I'm struggling to try to. It's like they even got the tone difference. How like on a black Glock, how the slide is a deep,
Alright, so
dark black.
I'm gonna move them around,
Okay.
and I'm gonna cover the ends of both of them, so that they're both covered. And now I've moved them around and switched them back and forth in my hands. They're at least not the same as what you were. Maybe they were. Who knows? So I'm gonna lift them up at a decent rate of speed. I'm gonna leave them up there for about 3 seconds, then I'm gonna put them back down, and then you're gonna tell me which one was the real Glock. 'Cause if I take it out and
Okay. Cover the Delta backstrap that I have on the real G45.
You're right too. I forgot about that. And
Cup.
that I was gonna say there's some girth in the handle a little bit, but then I remembered you had the backstrap on
But
there.
if you show me just like a little bit,
I got
maybe
you.
like the magwell, but just or have that covered.
I'll give you a small amount. All right. I say when you're ready.
Yeah.
You
First
already
of
did
all,
so.
no, I don't know. First of all, what I was gonna say is I don't know, and what I'm about to guess is a guess. I'm gonna say that in your right hand is the real Glock.
The right hand is the real Glock. You are correct.
But like, let me do it to you the same way. Like,
And I think the only reason, and they're your firearms. Both of them are your firearms. Now, only in the small amount of time that I've been handling them, I've already noticed the small differences on the sights. And I could probably depict it pretty quick, but
okay.
still, regardless, there's like a few different attributes. I'm ready whenever you are.
So I move them around. They could be in the same hand or different hands. Ready? That's hard,
I
right?
gave you more time than that.
No, I know you did. I know you did, but I you know.
I don't know.
Okay, I'll give
That
you,
was-
let me give it
I
a
don't
little
know.
longer. I'm gonna count to like 2 or something.
It's a very educated guess. To be honest, I do not know, but I'm gonna say in
I'm gonna switch it around.
my right hand,
My right
your right.
is the real Glock.
Yes.
That was not right,
Okay.
but that's how accurate it is. We'll do it one more time. Okay. I count to 3.
No idea. I have no idea.
Oh my god.
There's no.
No, it was really hard.
Yeah.
What was your guess?
The same thing.
That the real Glock was in the right hand?
Yeah.
That was again the airsoft Glock.
Yeah.
But that's like, yeah, people that are listening can't see us do that, but essentially, like, we flashed each other, like, the real one versus the fake one, and covered up the orange tip, and you just, if you're looking at it from the same angle, right next to each other, like, fuck me if, like,
You
can
don't
tell.
know. There's not enough to tell you what's going
You can find little things like the plastic isn't shiny on the inside of the real one.
It's not
This
as thick.
separation right here, you see these like
The thickness in this one
Yep.
versus the thickness in that one. This one here, I don't know if
I
it's.
feel like this is the same thickness though.
I
of
feel
the
like I
Magwell.
want my real Glock bellowed out like this one though. I
Aren't
feel
they the
like
same?
no, I feel like there's more of a slant to this one for like
Oh yeah, well the mags are bigger
for
because
putting
of the
your
gas.
yeah. But
it is.
to
You're right.
feed the magazine back in on a reload would be a lot better if this here was maybe I don't know. And I don't hate.
But that's G45 versus G45, same gun, but
They feel the
bullets
same.
versus airsoft.
I like him regardless.
We have to, man. Did I tell you about Underground Wars, dude? Next Sunday, man.
Oh, yeah,
We
yeah.
should go, dude, because it's just 30 minutes from here.
Yeah, you were saying
And it's
that.
indoors, so it doesn't matter if it's cold or not, or raining or nothing. It's all indoors.
Yeah.
And because we have the full setup, we both have Glocks, we got holsters, we got slings and rifles and iPro, and that's all you really
Full
need.
setup, yeah.
So all we do is pay the entrance, and we already have Beebs, and we should go do that, and we can make a video out of that, like strap GoPro to our helmets,
Do some
and
training
record.
simulation.
I have the thing for my plate carrier to record this in 4K, my iPhone, and put it on my plate
phone will
carrier.
do some 4K recording as well. I might be able to record a second angle.
We can zip tie with your Molly that's
Okay.
on there. We can zip tie it in a way that you can peel it out.
Yeah.
But you put the record on, and then you peel up the zip tie, and then put it onto your plate carrier, and it's stuck there with an X, like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we can take both those footages and make. Whenever we come up with a name for this podcast, dude, we that can be the same YouTube channel. Like, I'll upload these podcasts onto like Spotify, YouTube, whatever, wherever I can put them. Probably start with YouTube, because everybody goes there.
Yeah.
And then like for what we're talking about, like maybe I'll find a way to put like pictures of this up like while we were talking about that. See if I can't get the people that are listening to this. If I got that accomplished, you're already seeing what we're talking about.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we were as interesting as you thought, but
Yeah, but do you have anything else to say before we wrap this first boy up? I think it was pretty darn good.
gas prices suck.
Gas prices suck. We were supposed to go for 30 minutes, and let's see, we started at 3:30. This one's probably about an hour 15.
Hour 15.
So we went way over our expectations.
Yeah, no doubt.
Which is
Who knows what it'll be
fantastic.
when? Yeah.
But we will hopefully we're going to try to put one out one a week, at least 30 minutes, one a week.
Yeah.
And if not, add a video here where the time allows.
Yeah.
For us. But thank you all for watching, and Alex, you get the last word.